We've survived the apocalypse. Who would have thought? This is Indie Spotlight. Welcome to Indie Spotlight, the show where we take indie video game news, trailers, and new releases, and we get them out there for you guys to check out. As always, we're starting with trailers this week, and the first trailer that we have for you, it's not really of the season, but Slender, The Arrival. So, it looks great. Looks very moody and terrifying, and definitely definitely looks better than the other game. Lot scarier. If you're a fan, the Marble Hornets are actually helping write this one, so I'm sure it'll be chock full of scares and terrifying imagery. I want to play it, but I don't at the same time because if you haven't seen it yet, my sister and I, we played Slender, so we will put a link to that in the description bar for you guys to check out. I have not played it since. I'm not good with scary games, but I try to play them anyway, and it looks terrifying. It looks great. It really does. The graphics look really good. I'm excited to see how it turns out. It looks like they have more than just Slender Man. It looks like they are definitely diving into the mythos with Marble Hornets. It looked like, and there's some debate as to whether or not the other character was masky. There's a bunch of different people who are debating whether or not which character it is. To me, it looked like masky, so we will see. Let us know below. Are you excited for the new Slender game, and do you think you'll be playing it? The next trailer that we have for you this week is Shoe. I have to say, Shoe looks really, really cool and very unique. I love that it's got like this three-dimensional look to it, with the flat, almost kind of like Parappa the Rapper type characters, very two-dimensional, almost like they were made of paper. It looks really cool. It's such a short trailer that there's not much I can really go on from there, but it looks really cool, and if it's anything like what you see, and you get to pretty much control it in this 2.5D style, I will want to pick it up because I love all those 2.5D games. They're so cool and they're so much fun. So I am so excited to see how that turns out and what exactly it is. Alright, the next trailer that we have for you is a pretty lengthy one. It's actually a live action kind of web series type thing. It is a trailer for this series. It's called Escarol's Grimoire. I want to make sure that I'm getting that right. And this is Ham, Hamnasya, Part 1. It's a very lengthy trailer, but very impressive too. Check it out. So as you can see, I mean, again, it's just a live action trailer. Apparently the game itself is actually a game book, so you're reading a story while you're interacting with it. So it might be similar to what we've seen with this first trailer. So it looks like you'll be making choices, and those, based on those choices, will determine how the book continues. Very cool idea, and it actually kind of reminds me of maybe like something, you know, along the lines of like Walking Dead, but this time with live action, with obviously some CGI work as well. I was very impressed by it. The cinematography on that and the quality of it was top notch. So I am excited to see how this turns out. It's coming out for mobile devices, so it'll be interesting to see on iOS. So definitely interested, and I'm curious to see how this turns out. Alright, the first bit of news that we have for you this week is that Humble Indie Bundle 7 is out, and this one is the End of the World bundle, although we have gone past the end of the world, but anyway. This one comes with some pretty awesome titles. It's got like Shank 2. It also comes with Indie Game the Movie, so if you have not seen that yet, you should check it out. Dungeon Defenders, The Binding of Isaac, just to name a few. As always, the same kind of deal. You know, you pay what you want, and if you pay a little over the average, then you will get the extra games, and Dungeon Defenders is one of those extra games. So I love Dungeon Defenders. I love Binding of Isaac. Indie Game the Movie was amazing. I recommend all of those, and definitely, you know, always, you know, charity. It's amazing. So Humble Indie Bundle is just an amazing organization. They do a great job. So definitely go and check that out. The next bit of news that we have for you is concerning the game War Z. War Z is supposedly a game that's been in development for about 2 years, and it's very similar to the DayZ mod for Arma 2, except it's a standalone game. There's been a lot of controversy going on with it. It was put onto Steam, and then there were some issues that happened where apparently the description in Steam was not accurate of the actual game, saying that you can play with up to 100 people, but they only had a 50-player max. Saying that you would be able to explore numerous maps, but there's only one, and that they would cover a great amount of space, which we have yet to see if it goes to the extent that it says it will. Based on these, it's been taken off of Steam, and the developers are getting a lot of heat right now. A lot of people are very upset and wanting refunds. If you are not happy with your purchase and you got it through Steam, you can get a refund via Steam. I am curious what you guys think about this whole fiasco. Do you think there are some interviews that have been taking place with the developer, and they pretty much continue to say, we're sorry for the inconvenience, but it was a misinterpretation on the part of the players. I don't know how I feel about them talking that way, obviously. I mean, as a business, they should be able to, take faults when they make them. And, I mean, obviously, it does seem very apparent that this is a mistake on their part, and it's not a mistake on misinterpretation. So I'm curious what you guys think about this whole thing. I know that I have not played War Z. I've seen some footage of it. It doesn't look very appealing to me. DayZ, on the other hand, looks very appealing to me. So, I want to hear what you guys think about this thing, because it's a very big topic right now. And actually, the next thing we're going to be getting to is also another big topic going on right now. So, as I'm sure a lot of people know, or most of you know, if not all of you, there was a mass shooting in Connecticut, Newtown, where a man came into school and killed about 20 children and about 8 adults. And there has been a lot of controversy going on in terms of gun regulation in this country. And there are a lot of more conservative sites blaming violence in the media and violence in video games specifically, and linking that to what happened. This is a very, very, very polarizing subject. A lot of people, you're either for gun control or not, and the extremes are pretty extreme. But I am curious. I do want to hear what kind of opinions you have in terms of not only just your views on gun control, but also how you feel about them blaming video games. After the whole blame of video games happened, people went to sites like the Mass Effect Facebook page and started putting a bunch of comments saying that they caused this incident. It's a terrible event, and I personally, I'm sure everybody, our thoughts and hearts go out to people who were victimized by this, families, and I think we need to talk about this subject, not only in terms of politically, but in terms of just morally, in terms of whether or not gun control is good enough, if it needs to be stronger, if it needs to be weaker, what we need to do. Leave your comment below. Let's talk about this, and let's try and keep it civil as well. I do want to hear your views, but let's not start hating each other or anything. Let's try and have a civilized discussion about it, because I think we need to. All right, moving away from that subject, new releases this week. We have White Noise, Walk in the Dark, and then we have the indie, well, not indie, but fan-made Street Fighter X Megaman, or Cross Megaman. I've been corrected. I did a video on that where I tried to play it, and I'm absolutely terrible at it. I will link that in the description as well. Yeah, it's a tough game. No save states, unfortunately, but it's a lot of fun still. So if you like Mega Man, I would definitely check that one out. But as always, thank you for watching this episode of Indie Spotlight. If you have any news, trailers, or anything else that you would like to let us know about, you can hit me up at Twitter at twitter.com/daysrun, Ryan at twitter.com/masterblood, Tim at twitter.com/shadowkingpin, or VVGTV at twitter.com/VVGTV. I'm your host, Kyle Locke, and I will see you next week.